welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our session on smart field operations. And we will look today where actually most of the cases leakage of revenue is happening. Today's session will be recorded, so if anyone joined late or want just to replay it, we will email it to you and we'll also publish it on our channel. But if you have any questions, we expect you to have, so please drop them in chat in the section for questions, and we will make sure to cover them at the end of our webinar. We have about like 45 minutes today, so let's get it started. Before we go, I want to thank you for joining today and spending time with us. I know how it's valuable, and we hope to drive some great content and give you some great ideas and approaches how you can make your revenue operations more efficient and more smarter. Here we have some customer logos and some partners that we are proud to work with. So thank you so much. Let me quickly introduce myself and also the crew for today. I'll go first. My name is Ollie McKitton. I'm growth officer at RedTech. I'm Salesforce architect with a development background. I've been in the Salesforce ecosystem for about 10 years now. I've been trying to be active in Salesforce community. I've been driving our Salesforce community group ecosystem. Was speaking at different conferences, including like World Tour, Dreamforce, and other conferences, and was really honored to be recognized as Salesforce MVP in Golden Hoodie, and really proud about Salesforce community and how it's giving back to others. It was really changing my career. At this point, I'm leading a Salesforce consulting and implementation firm called RedTech. Work closely with our clients, helping to get maximum out of Salesforce during their implementation. And today with me, I have Denis Slobodyan. He's our solution engineers director, who will be showing you great tips from his demo. So hope you will like it. And also, I'm really honored to have our partner Rootstock today with us. It's our implementation of our partner for ERP solutions for Salesforce. And I'll pass it to you, Ellen.
Hi, thanks. So my name is Ellen, growth strategy at Rootstock, and we'll be joined by Richard, who is a pre-sale architect. He's been with Rootstock for 6, going on 7 years, and has a lot of experience sort of sorting out what solution is going to help meet customers' needs, and has worked a lot with field service.
Yeah, and great for joining us today. Let's move on and quickly check on our agenda for today. So we'll do a little bit of like introduction about both our companies. What is RedTech? What is Rootstock? Also, we will touch industry challenges, and we will show you what is business impact and how we actually solving it through our customer stories, and we'll show you real live demo. So then you can see in action how it helps companies to scale and grow their business more efficiently. So a little bit about RedTech. So we are a Salesforce implementation firm. We are on the market since 2013. We've been doing our implementation and consultancy across Europe, across the United States. We have a team of 150 people. So we have more than 130 experts. We are 5 stars on App Exchange. So we're trying to do a great job and great service to our customers. We're really proud of what we do, and we're really passionate about our mission in this company's journey. We are Salesforce advisor. We've been doing different kind of Salesforce clouds. We are only Salesforce focus firm. We've been doing all core products like Sales, Service Cloud, Experience Cloud, but also products more complicated like Field Services, like Revenue Cloud, like MuleSoft, and so on. So happy to share more today about Field Services. Also, we have different industries expertise, but our key focus is manufacturing, field services, industrial services companies, professional services. been working with FinServe and B2B commerce, and also some of other industries as well. We've been pretty like strong implementation partner of Salesforce. We are summit level, what is the highest tier, and we've been building a lot of standard solutions, but also custom solutions when needed to make sure we tailor Salesforce to the customer needs. So it will be really great to share our experience with you, and hope it will be value. Okay, now I'll pass it to Rootstock team.
Yeah, hi. So Rootstock is sort of an AI native ERP, and we primarily serve sort of product centric companies. So that can be a manufacturer, but also a distributor, or anybody who sort of make moves or sells physical products. We have 325 clients sort of across industries and have an international presence in 30 countries. So certainly able to serve meet a lot of different needs globally. SOC1 and SOC2 certified and have sort of been top ranked in a number of third-party analyst reports.
Yeah, this is great to have Rootstock. We've been doing so many projects, and great to see in action. So let's move on. So this slide is about what actually challenges those companies are facing, because if you've seen from the session title, right, it's about revenue leakage, and we want to show you a couple ways where we see this leakage is happening, because on average, from what we noticed, like about like 15 up to 20% potential revenue are really leaked in those five places. And first one is invoice delays. Every day between job is completed and when invoice is sent, there's free working capital that you can hand in it to your customer, and this can work for your company. And you need to be more efficient to send those invoice in time and remind them and get your payments in time. So this was the first one, and it's really big one. The next one is even more interesting, is when you kind of go on site to fix something for your customer, about like 20-25% of companies are failing to fix the issue within one first time visit. And it happened because of different reasons. Technician come, didn't prepare, they don't know what to bring, which parts they need to replace. Also maybe like dispatcher didn't collect the right information and didn't provide everything to the technician. So that's why we're trying to resolve this issue and to try to increase a time, so then it's more efficient. Also, we have a few other things, warranty and contract leakage. And this is where work gets done for free that shouldn't actually get for free. This is where you can get billed, and manual checks produce like a lot of inconsistent outcome. So basically, you can also sell your warranty and contracts, and you can actually monitor it much better when you have a good, robust system in place. And we'll try to cover it today, so then you have a little bit of ideas how you can make it much better for your company and close this gap. The next one is cross-sell opportunities. And I think personally this one is very big, because quite often when I've been working with our customers, we notice that technicians, they are great in their job to fix some like maintains some customer request or some issue with on site, but also they are spending more face-to-face time with the customer, and they know what is actually their needs. So here we quite often enable our customers to enable with more revenue generation with cross-selling on the field, by enabling technician with inventory management, so they can see what they have in their warehouses, what is their promotions, and to be more proactive, being on the field to offer customers new products and new services. So I think this one would be very interesting for you, and we will show it through the customer case and through the demo. The next one is invisible service margin. I think this is really big one, and especially like Rootstock team can talk to it as it's ERP connection. And when you providing your service, when you scheduling your customer visit, you want to know what margin going to be at the end of the day, how much money and what is profit going to be for this service or for this selling, right? So this is important, and I would I would really point attention to this one for sure. Rootstock team, is there anything from your end to get on this services leakages?
I think that's a really good point that you've made there. So the connection with ERP and field service, it's going to allow you to share data immediately. You'll have immediate visibility of any of those margins. I've actually got a report that's going to be showing some of the transactions and the gross margins associated to them. I think the what you've also pointed out around the warranty and the contract leakage is extremely important. So you're able to start then to determine, perhaps based on supply chain data, may perhaps a product is becoming a bit more challenging to source. It's a more expensive product, and then it may be an opportunity for you to then do an upsell to some of your customers. This is the type of thing that we're seeing, we're exploring within the market with some of our customers at the moment. You're going to hear in a second about first time fix rates and first time pick rate improvements from one of our customers. So and then the invoicing delays is going to well, that will speak for itself, because we're taking them down from, days and weeks to minutes and seconds.
Yeah, and this is all great points. Thank you for adding here, Richard. We have two actually great stories how we managed to resolve it for our customers, and let's get it shout. Um, So the first one, it was Mizuho Osi. It's a US-based medical device manufacturer. They're a global leader in advanced surgical tables. Actually, they manufacture here in the States, in California. So we had a discussion with them because they had a problem with another partner who couldn't deliver a field service implementation for them because they have really complicated processes with being on a field, and also integration with ERP system. So when we came here, we actually implemented first phase within 3 months. Uh, that was planned for 6 months because the previous partner couldn't make it work, and there was a hard deadline with the license. So our team was doing a great job on getting up and running in this short term. But then we're already working with this company for a few years now, and we already implemented phase two for them. What is really during that phase, we implemented field service core, but also we migrated a lot of historical data from the service max. It was previous service platform that wasn't working well, and their mobile devices was very kind of outdated, so their technician couldn't use it. They didn't go like on site with a proper offline connection. Electronic signature wasn't there. They couldn't upload any photos, or they couldn't really request for any parts when they needed from their warehouse, from their inventory. So this is where we actually implemented like field service from Salesforce, and also integrated with the ERP system to make sure that this connection is working in real time. So now they have all it backed with back office connected with ERP system. So billing happen for them like automatically as the moment the job is closed. So they didn't need going back and forth through any communications like phone, email, or and so on. A lot of manual entries, a lot of delays, a lot of mistakes, and so on. Now their ERP system is speaking directly to their field services, but also this customer also has Revenue Cloud CPQ, where we also connected for sales component. So now when they create their their quote, they can see right away real-time margins. They can see real-time stock availability, so they can be much more efficient during their results. And if you see on the right side of the slide, you see a little bit of improvement in their productivity. So it's like about 20%, what is really great in this scale. It's a lot. Also, scheduling efficiency was improved. Inventory management became more predicted and more efficient. So I see a lot of improvements here, and it's still building up, and we're still improving their system. And as you see, you can have a quote from their senior IT manager, Marjan, that we're working with her closely, and she was really glad how we helped her team to bring to life what they've been trying to accomplish in a few years. Richard, we'll pass it to you, and let's share one more story.
Yeah, thank you very much. When I was asked to jump on this webinar and do a presentation about the integration between field service and Rootstock, the first customer story that always springs to mind is Hands-Free Group. Now, Hands-Free are a company UK headquartered with sites in UK, Europe, and the US, and they do installations of telematic equipment into vehicles, among other things, so cameras as well, and sensors. Now, the reason I always jump back to Hands-Free is because they were the first customer that we had between Rootstock and field service. I was very grateful. I was very happy. It was a customer that I worked very, very closely with, and I think they've been, working with the system now for about 5-6 years, something along those lines. That are live and seeing a lot of benefits from that. They had already started with field service, but they were going for an opportunity with a branch of the UK government, and what they needed was the ability to manage inventory on the platform, but also have a visibility into margins, into generating invoices, consolidated invoices specifically. So some of their customers are large volumes, and instead of having a one-to-one relationship with all of their completed jobs and all of their invoices, they need the ability to sort of group and bulk and then send them twice a month. So we work with them to extend the solution that they already had, refine it, improve it. And then also when we went into the warehouse, we were able to elevate and improve some of their KPIs that you can see on the screen in front of you. So the one that was most impressive to me was the first time success rate. So they were a little bit below that, but we were able to elevate that and improve it to plus 90. It was 98.5%, I think it was, when I was talking with the operations manager. Significant reductions in warehouse errors, and what that would mean is the wrong items being incorrectly labeled, sent to the wrong place, allocated to the wrong vehicle. And then because of all of these accumulative improvements, they ended up increasing the volume of orders that they were able to service and satisfy with their key customers. So in 1 year, it was plus 25%, and they've continued to grow and expand, not just in the UK, but significantly in the US by bringing on bigger customers with significant volumes that they're able to service in a good way. So a real success story for Rootstock and Salesforce.
And it's great to see those like really high number, and how like those different types of the companies, logistics, manufacturing, are getting help in managing their fleet, their like field operations, and really scaling their business in a new way. So great story. Thank you for sharing it, Richard. And I think now it's a good time to show us like a real like use case, like real demo This is like where the most of attendees get excited. I like them myself personally a lot. So let's hand it off to Dennis and get to see it in action.
Yep, thank you, everybody. So we just talked about the 5 places where field service operations leak revenue. And today we are going to show you a live demo from start to finish, from request being received from the customer and until invoice is being sent out. So let me share a screen. Just let me know if you see that, okay? Okay, can you see my screen? Is everything fine?
Yes, we can.
Okay, cool. So right now we see account Omega INC page. On this page, we have some information about the client that is actually manufacturing company based out of New York City. Also, we can check related contacts, opportunities, assets for this account, cases. We can see all the activity histories that we had with this client. And let's imagine situations that the client just raised up a case, they got some problem, our dispatcher is opening this case and can see all the information which was entered into the web form for submitting this case. We do see who is the contact on this case, what is a phone number, what is an email, to which account that is related, what is our subject, and really short description of the case. In regular scenario, what should happen next? Dispatch needs to create a work order, schedule appointment, find proper technician, fix an issue on the client side, and after that, send out an invoice. So yeah, honestly saying process is not really easy and requires a lot of calling, a lot of validations, a lot of checking with clients. But let's check step by step how simple that is inside of the Salesforce field service. So let's create our work order. So just hit a button, say that it will be best. Just enter address, hit next. By the way, pay attention that a lot of stuff is actually pre-populated. For example, we have this asset selected on our case, and it's being moved over to the work order which is created. So that's repair in New York territory with high priority. Next, we have short description subject, which is taken over from case as well. And that's it. We have our work order created. Let's take a look at it. Actually, that's the first place where revenue leaks in field service. You can imagine that the wrong tag is being assigned to the appointment. Um, you have wrong skills, wrong locations, and you are paying for the return visit at a $300-400 per call that accumulates up really fast. In Salesforce, your dispatch just simply clicking one button and AI will take a look on skills, availability, SLA windows, on location, yeah, and will help you to select the best resource for this work order. Let's check it out, how it works. Sorry. So as I said, system took a look on skills, location, SLAs, and all that stuff, and saying that Alex is the best option for us here. So let's say, please schedule appointment on this work order for Alex. Next, what we need to check that is availability, at what time Alex is actually available. So let's say Friday, 9 a.m. And to finish that appointment schedule, we just need to click one button and confirm that everything is fine. So we hit on this confirm button, and on the background, our system scheduling appointment, updating our database, and even more. Right now, we are generating a summary, pre-work summary for our dispatch and for our technician. That's why actually it's taking a little bit longer, but here it is. That's done. Let's check the summary. Right now that is empty, but after we refresh the page, we will see how that is generated. So that is a short information on one page, which will be useful for the technician and for the dispatcher. Here it is part of the technician. At the top, there is a part for the dispatch. But there is also another part where revenue leaking happens. You can imagine that a technician arrived and parts are not on his truck. So appointment will be rescheduled, customer will be frustrated, nobody is happy, and you just rolled your truck literally for nothing. How to handle that inside of the field service? If we go to the related tab, based on the work type, which is selected for this work order, we can say which products are required, which products are must-have for completion of this work order. We see that here we got two products required. Let's check if Alex Van has it. I have already opened Alex Van location. By the way, inventory is being handled like fully from the rootstock side. So probably, Richard, you can say a couple words about the fields which we see here on the layout regarding the rootstock. How is this being handled on the background?
Absolutely. A location such as Alex's van in Salesforce is mapped to a location in rootstock, and we're able to any transaction that is performed in rootstock, such as a location transfer or a purchase and put away into that particular location, updates rootstock, but then it immediately updates, or via a batch process, whatever is the preference, the location within field service. And what that gives us is the ability to look at either through field service or indeed through rootstock, the inventory associated to those vehicles.
Well, yeah, cool. Thank you. And we saw that on the work order, we had two products required. If we go to the related list, we see which product items are currently on Alex Van truck. So we see that there is a battery in quantity of 8 and connectors in quantity of 11. This quantity is real time. Everything is handled by integration with a rootstock, so we can trust it, and we know that we can dispatch this appointment because actually our technician has required products. So let's do that. Let's go to our service appointment. Let's change status from scheduled to dispatched. And at this moment, when your appointment becomes dispatched, technician will get a notification on his mobile device, and this appointment will appear in his schedule. Before we switch to the technician experience, let me quickly show you field service console or a Gantt chart. Let me quickly tell you about capabilities of those of that Gantt chart. That will be really short overview because we can talk for hours about this great tool. So what you see here, that is a tool for managing appointments. You can simply drag and drop those appointments. You can see a list of all your technicians. For example, if you'll hover over the appointment here, you'll see really short messages, a short set of information about the appointment, like for when that is dispatched. What is the city, what's address, how much time it will take our technician to get to that appointment. For example, 17 minutes to get to appointment and 14 minutes to get from the appointment. If you'll double click on it, you'll have like more detailed view about this service appointment, work order, and all the related items like skills, service appointments. And also one more thing which I like really a lot, that's map. So each service appointment will be flagged on map, and you can display your technician on this map as well, and field service will help you to um, help you to create a road. It considers traffic and all that stuff when building different kind of roads. Yeah, so that's really short overview of the Gantt chart. I could talk in for hours about it, but today it's not the topic of our webinar. Let me stop sharing here and switch to mobile device so we can check experience of our technician.
And we always can schedule more webinars. If you suggest any topics for us, please comment in a section. We're always trying to drive some good content for you guys.
Yeah, we will be more than happy to share. Okay, so guys, I believe you see my mobile app, right?
Yeah, we do.
Here how it looks like. Map, as I already said it. I really love it. But in my case, it's not able to create any directions for me because I'm in Ukraine right now and our appointment is in New York. Obviously, not possible to get there. But if we open our calendar, for example, each dot that you see means that we have some kind of appointment scheduled for that day. So for example, let's open Friday and let's go to our work order. And here your dispatcher has everything for completing his job and everything just literally in his hands. He has an overview of this work order. He can get driving directions. He knows whom to call or to email. He has information about his asset. He can check service history for that asset. Also, from here, this list view, even before start driving to the appointment, a technician can check all the products which are required. So here, please, we need to have 2 connector cables, 1 battery high, and also we see that sum up at the top, which means that all products required are in stock. Next, we do have work plans here. It means that whenever your technician will be completing the job, he can just simply go step by step and check what's done, what is not done. And obviously, we have overview of our work order here with work summary for the dispatcher and for the technician as well. Might be quite useful. So your technician doesn't go through all those records. He can just simply go through this summary and be aware what's needed during the appointment. So let's go now to our work plan. And let's imagine that step 1 and step 2 was completed. We come to option with a cross-sell check. In a field service, that's extremely easy to do a cross-sell. For a technician, for example, he can just simply click on actions button and create a new opportunity right during the appointment without any problems at all. So that's where we can cover another revenue leak. Okay, let me come back to our appointment. We were talking about required products, but if the products are required, I think that we will consume some products. So let's add our products. So we consumed 2 cables and also, oops, we consumed 1 battery and hit on done button. At this moment, actually, we can say that work order is completed and that is time to close it. How to do that? Technician just simply clicks on create service document and we need to get a client signature. And hit on save button, generate. You see here that our service document is queued right now, and we will start generating. Okay, that is being generated right now, and that's it. So no paperwork, no one manually re-entering the data. At the moment when your technician tapped on this create service document button, work order became completed, service appointment closed, and we have all the parts consumed, all customer sign-offs inside of our Salesforce org. Also, at the same time, invoice is being generated inside of the Salesforce. Let me show that from the dispatch point of view. Just one moment, I'll stop sharing here and start sharing on my laptop. So let's go to our, oops, 1 second, please, to our service appointment. You see that it is completed. Our work order is completed as well. And if we go to the related tab on the service appointment, you'll see our work order summary generated and everything inside of the Salesforce system without re-entering any kind of information. At the same time, historically, that is where actually 48 hours invoice cycle would begin. Someone pulls information into the sheet, opens the ERP, manually enters consumed parts, time, and all that stuff. That process is totally gone, not in our case. And actually, that's probably the moment where I'll pass to Richard, because at this moment, invoice was created and everything is sent over to the rootstock.
Perfect. Thank you. Oh, can you let me share my screen?
Yep.
Sorry. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Perfect. You can see the screen?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Look, I've got the really easy job. So Dennis has done a fantastic job explaining the capabilities of field service. And essentially, that's all of the input that we need in Rootstock to be able to do the transactions. Okay. So, for example, what you can see on the screen in front of you is a work order or work order line item, and you can see right in the very middle of the screen. So, those products required that Dennis was talking about. As soon as you have created those products required and you're scheduling your service appointment, those create a demand within Rootstock in the form of a sales order. Okay, so that sales order then comes in. Those products come into a sales order, and then it runs in. It comes into our MRP engine. It comes into perhaps some plan location transfers for inventory movements to take that material and then submit it to the right place, or send it to the right van, or indeed perhaps create a purchase order off the back of this for the fulfillment of it. As soon as those items have been consumed against the work order, again, that is going to then go and directly update the sales order within Rootstock to do a pick, pack, ship, and then we take the invoice from field service. That fulfillment process then deducts the inventory within Rootstock and then will update and confirm and align with field service. So it's a really, really slick, nice automated system for you, so that you're not having to as Dennis rightly pointed out, you're not having to log into an ERP system, manually key in, type in what has been used, what has been consumed. Also, to point out, we have validations on serial numbers. So if you've used a particular serial number, a serialized item for the repair, the replacement, it could be a batch number, it could be both, it could be a kit. And we have a lot of this functionality available out of the box, and we'd be happy to show and talk to you in a bit more detail about it. So that's the associated sales order. You can see here it's got the takes the aligned field service work order detail, and as we pointed out right at the very start, the margins associated to them are naturally sitting inside of Rootstock, because we have both the cost price associated to either the product or indeed the service as well, and the sales price. Now, the sales price can be determined in Rootstock, or alternatively, it can come through from a case, it can come through quote an opportunity that Dennis has already pointed out. So if we come down here and we look at Omega, which is the demo solution, the demo customer and the opportunity and work order we just had. We can see here the sales order prices, we can see the cost of sales, and then we've got our gross margin. Now, just repeating, so that's automatic. We've not had to do anything. We've just consumed the inventory and we have that available to us at our touch of a button to generate our reports. Now, just because we've got a couple of minutes left, very quickly, a view of our dashboard. So of course, if you're working within inventory, if you're working within a warehouse, you're going to have warehouse specific reporting. But the one thing I wanted to point out was I mentioned a few months ago around serialization, around batch numbers. This is a view of our inventory item. So an item 360, everything that's happening with this item. If I look at my item by site project, I can see here that it's based on where that item is sitting. I can see it's been associated to a different customer, perhaps it's in a different site, it's in my van sites. If I scroll down a little bit further here, specifically focusing on the quantity in each of the different vehicles in each of the different warehouses, it's making it really simple for me to then identify where those items are. Should I need to go and speak to an engineer and say you need to go and transfer that item to another engineer so he's able to fulfill a service appointment. Now, final thing, if I look at our supply orders, here we've got our open purchase orders. So Dennis mentioned again, first time fixed rates. Now that's dependent on whether or not you actually have the material available. Now, of course, some people prefer to have the material in-house before you're scheduling that service appointment. But indeed, some people have scheduled the service appointment and then expect the material to be there. What we can do, the purchase order, you can see here, this is a purchase order with some material that has been received, but perhaps there has been a delay in this purchase order. If I come up here and use our Agentforce agent, and we write in here, what is the impact of a delay to, let's see, I'm just going to copy this, of 30 days. So your supplier has told you that they're not able to facilitate this order. There is a delay of 30 days. What is the impact? So we're very quickly identifying the challenges that we may face. So I can see here what the current quantities are available. Current quantities are available are affected orders. So we've got down here work orders, but we've also got our sales orders. And what is the alternative sourcing capabilities as well? Where else can we buy this material from? Where have we got a relationship with different suppliers? And of course, most importantly, what that cost price and due date should be. Again, filtering into that margin discussion. Okay, so wrong one, done. Sorry, wrong one. Slideshow.
Yeah, this is a beautiful demo. I like how everything is smooth and how it's all connected. So we showed you really like full cycle of how Salesforce, RedTech, and Rootstock like put the full lead cash process, like revenue process, right? And Dennis Richard did a great job walking through entire workflow. So let's quickly summarize those 5 leakages that we did. So first one is reducing scheduling inefficiency with those automation, with those AI-powered dispatching, cuts assignments. It like goes from like 30 minutes to like under 2 minutes, and it brings you efficiency and you can generate more revenue, right? Number 2 was for eliminate missed and unbilled work. So here it's goes together with ERP system with a like revenue contract intelligence, captures those jobs completed, and like instead of doing like any revenue manual checks, the system does it automatically. The number 3rd was for technician productivity. And here's you see mobile app in action that gives your technician all work orders, all information about customer, inventory levels, service history, quoting on, accessible, and zero fingerprint. And this all is backed with ERP system all together in one place. And Richard, if you want to add from your side here.
Yeah, very quickly. We showed margin very simply on a product, but we can do it via labor, as providing everything's been recorded. By project, by contract, by customer. And of course, as soon as you have this reporting data, then you start to be able to make more informative decisions. Perhaps you're then starting to, if you've got customers that require higher degrees of support, perhaps you're suggesting to your team that you impose, a premium on those to reflect that. Alternatively, if you've got a lower a customer that requires a lower degree of sort of hand holding, you perhaps may reduce their premiums to increase their happiness and their stickiness with you as a business. Now, also over there, that increased profitability without adding resource. We're showing you the ability to automate invoicing. We're showing you the ability to automate your inventory management piece. And very quickly, right at the end, of course, it's our options around reducing the amount of data that you need to process to get to fix potential issues within your supply chain that would affect a service order to your customers. And having those first time fix rates, for me, in my experience with working around so many service companies, is one of the most important things. So thank you so much, everybody, for your time. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We hope that now you have some ideas and you have tools to improve your operations. And to help you with that, me and Richard, we wanted to give you possibility to schedule a meeting with us and to find some time just to have a tailored demo to review and map your current workflow and recommend you where you can improve your operations. Any questions in chat? I know we are on time right now, but happy to answer some quick questions. Okay, so there's actually calendar links in the chat, so please feel free to use them if you would like to meet personally and to discuss your operations.
Thank you.
So there got one question. Does Retech field service lighting integrate with other system beyond ERP, IoT devices, asset monitoring systems, etc.? So Dennis, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, I love questions about actually Salesforce and integration with anything. So how can I answer that question? Yes, that is not difficult to do at all. And let's imagine that our chair has an API. Then we can integrate with that. We can integrate with absolutely everything what has an API.
Yeah, so like if the system has open API, it's integratable. Field service has possibility to integrate any systems inside. So yeah, this is a great question. Thank you for that. And there was one more for Rootstock. How do we ensure that the items are tracked and not controlled for a specific work order? So Richard, I think this will be for you.
How do we ensure that the items are tracked and controlled for a specific work order? Yeah, great question. We can do that in a couple of different ways, but the one that I typically work with are projects, because with projects you're able to allocate inventory to a project, and then that project can be associated to a field service work order and a sales order, so you can only consume inventory within that specific project. Hands-free, for example, are a prime use case of that.
Yeah,
Good question.
Great question. Great answer. Thank you so much. Is there any more questions? If no, let's connect. We're happy to continue the conversation, and we will be in touch. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Enjoy rest of the day and end of the week. Thanks.